From the street to the stadium lights, every heartbeat chasing the night, running dreams in a fast lane blur.
WESLEY So, YIP win maiden Blitz titles and CARISSA YIP won in her debut title. Both Day 1 leaders built on their momentum to earn maiden titles on Day 2. GM WESLEY So won 2026 Tata Steel Chess India Open Blitz, his first time winning the title after 6 attempts. He finished in Seoul first with December 18th, while GM Snehal Saran and Arjun Erigaisi tied in second-third, a full point behind. Debutante IM CARISSA YIP won 2026 Tata Steel Chess India Women's Blitz in playoffs against IM Vantika Agrawal with a score of 1.5 to 0.5. Both YIP and Agrawal finished the double round-robin with 10.5 points, and IM Stavrola Tsalakadu finished in third with October 18th. As of January 2026. GM WESLEY So's current rankings. Live classical chess ranking is around number 11 in the world, with a rating of approximately 2,753, though his rapid and blitz rankings fluctuate, with recent placements around world number 6 in blitz and number 16 in rapid. His peak rating was 2,822 in February 2017, reaching number 2 in the world. Here's a breakdown. Classical, number 11, rating, 2753. Rapid, around number 16, rating, 2705. Blitz, around number 6, rating, 2781. Open Blitz, 6th times the charm. So finished a full point ahead of the field, losing just 2 games across the 18 rounds. With the exception of 2021 and 2023, So has played in every edition of Tata Steel Chess India since it began in 2018. But until this year, he had never won a title in either the Rapid or the Blitz. He told Chess.com's IM Rakesh Kulkarni that it was a great start to the year, and that, I think in general I play very decently in India. Owing to his performance on the previous day, So started under great circumstances. He was in the sole lead, a half point ahead of Arjun, who himself was a point ahead of Nihal. It was a matter of following up on a job well done in the final 9 rounds, and So's wins against GMs Vidit Gujrathi and Voladar Mirzan, in the first 2 rounds of the day, fit the bill. Time was a critical factor in the rook endgame where Vidit had just 8 seconds against 29 seconds. 40.g3 was a mistake that gave black some advantage, but within a few moves So lopped an entire rook off the board. So then outplayed Mirzan in the middle game but lost control and allowed the position to simplify. In an equal endgame, a tactical oversight by Mirzan allowed So to take a full point lead. Now a point ahead of Arjun, who drew GM YI and lost against Nihal, So went on to draw all but one of the remaining 7 games. He escaped a briefly losing position against Wei in round 12 and even had winning positions against Nihal in round 13, Arjun in round 15, and Aravind in round 16, but he made 6 draws in a row. When GM Hans Niemann beat Arjun in round 16, So needed just a draw in round 17 to win the event with a game to spare. And that's what happened in So's round 17 game against Niemann. So's smile wasn't at all tainted by a final round loss against GM Pragnananda Rameshbabu, who also beat Arjun in the previous round, as it had no impact on his title. It did have a pretty ending, though, with 23, NC2+. Finishing off the stranded white king in the middle of the board. So told Rakesh, my goal next time would be to win the Rapid, obviously. As to where fans will see him next, he said he had no idea and commented on the evolving chess landscape. The chess world is changing exponentially. It seems like time controls are getting faster and faster. Also there are a lot of online tournaments, online qualifiers, so probably fans will see me in Title Tuesday or something. But so far my calendar is still very empty. Women's Blitz, Vantika wins 4 in a row, YIP secures the title. Vantika's 4-game winning streak at the end to catch up to YIP was the story of the double round robin. Like So, YIP started the day already with a half-point lead over Tsalakadu. But Vantika, a point behind, had a much bigger hill to climb, especially as she lost 3 of her first 4 games on day 2. By the end of round 14, YIP had a full point lead over the field, even despite losing her first game against Harika, and Vantika was 2 points behind. The streak started with a win against the leader in round 15. Vantika was in big trouble for a large part of the middle game, but in the endgame her bishop proved to be stronger than the knight. Vantika went on to beat Salakadu, WGM Rakshita Ravi, and finally GM Katarina Lagno. That last game was a thriller as Lagno set up an unstoppable checkmate, but one wrong king move, 33, KXB2, played in 3 seconds when she had 22, meant that Vantika won and we were treated to playoffs. YIP, on the other hand, won 2 games, drew 5, and lost 2. After defeating GM Alexandra Goryachkina, who was briefly in the lead, in the penultimate round, YIP would have avoided tiebreaks entirely if she beat GM Divya Deshmukh in the final round. She was winning for a few moves, but Divya gave a perpetual check at the end. Salakadu even snatched third from Goryachkina in the last round by inflicting a second consecutive loss. The Greek IM drew 3 games and lost 3, but finished strong with 3 wins at the end. Her very last 2 games came against the top 2 seeds. YIP 1.5 to 0.5 Vantika. YIP won Game 1 with the black pieces and then secured a draw with white in Game 2 to claim the title. GM Rafael Leitão analyzes the game of the day, which YIP won on the black side of a modern defense. It was a surprisingly smooth win, helped much by the fact that, after a few long thinks, by move 20 Vantika was down to 53 seconds against 2 minutes and 29.
Every loss just a lesson learned. Sweat drips down,